Ahead of schedule, we're entering the realm of science fiction, strapping ourselves into reclining chairs, watching screens fill with a planet that looks something like the Earth we remember, but less detailed, less hospitable. Entering into the spirit of things, we adopt expressions of heroic concentration and end each sentence with over. Who'd have thought that dystopia would be so mundane? Who'd have thought that parallel worlds would be stacked so tight there'd be no room left to breathe? Rivers run black, and when we check the likelihood of a breathable atmosphere, the data's inconclusive. Winking digits demanding caution while confirming the lack of any alternative. Scans estimate a population of almost 8 billion humans, but the only voice in our retro headset, sizzling through static that blisters like boiling fat, is the big bad wolf, suggesting last-minute adjustments and promising a warm welcome. Sometimes the most important decisions come down to generic tropes and narrative expectations, and I momentarily consider a young girl running through a dark wood, a proud pig thatching his dream home, raising a licked anthropomorphic finger to test the weather. But we're locked into our story like a rebel ship in a tractor beam, braced for a battle against insurmountable odds. We prepare ourselves for impact, exchanging steely smiles as the galaxy howls like a wolf. And I wonder at what point I should reach for your hand. Past and future are indistinguishable in this world, but churches blossom and fade as supermarkets rise and fall. It's a matter of tides and needs, of lies and deeds, of sky and seeds, and all things flowering in the correct angle of light. And in the avenues of pound shops and charities, a cortege of shopping trolleys weaves its solemn duty past bowing queues at empty cash machines, reaching respect from doorway smokers and buskers with cheap amplifiers who only know 2 songs, both of them sad. And some days we are all priests, regardless of belief, and rain is our ministry, dirt our solemn duty. The procession passes, all name tags and grudging smiles, clicking loose change like rosaries. Everything has a sell-by date, and the Sunday girl arranges wilting flowers, lights half-price candles with her unfinished homework. Thy will be done, have a nice day. And on a bench by a corner, there's the big bad wolf sitting, blowing on rigid fingers he's bitten from hands that have fed him. It's so cold that he can hide his yellow grin behind his own breath. He hands me a tourist guide that shows nothing but exit ropes and the Canis Minor dwarf galaxy. He crosses himself, then crosses the street, whistling, his rough paw slapping a child's tambourine. By the time I find you, you're sleeping in a hall lined with crooning radios, your dreams rising and falling like the North Sea, your coarse sheets rustling like wet sand. It's a sleep bought with cigarette coupons chosen from a glossy catalogue, then lost for 50 years. Your family is no longer at this address, but the doorbell rings like a calliope, and you swing your smooth brown legs from under a mountain of half-remembered half-truths, and you're unbolting the door before you can even say Big Bad Wolf. before you know it, there's cocoa in hand-thrown mugs, I'm toasting crumpets at the snickering fire, and the wolf settles himself into the slack-springed armchair to tell you a story. His voice is a radio lost between stations, a pirate on 20 a day, but you have never felt as safe. So you close your tiny fists into that soft, warm belly fur as he hums you back into yourself. And it's important to remember that when no one else can hear, wolves sing falsetto, their pitch shifting like moistened fingers on the rims of wine glasses. Wolves, of course, know nothing of glass, sipping wine from silver goblets inscribed with scenes from wolf history and wolf folktale. And wolves can't read, but they forget nothing, retelling their stories time after time, as cleanly as biting into an apple. Wolves have no need for apples, preferring the taste of meat and stories. They have no interest in spices or metaphors, and all their anecdotes end with feasting. And when they enter the town, dressed in neutral suits and colourful ties, wolves don't sing at all, keeping their voices for casual greetings and pragmatic alliances. But when they queue for coffee and when they slump into the backs of taxis, their every nerve howls. In the dark, our hearts beat so close they could be two sides of the same drum, syncopating with the city's lopsided jazz. And on Main Street, wolves wear the sweltering night buttoned tight around their shaggy necks. They've given up on scrub and step, headed to where cicadas sing and margaritas come in chilled jugs with sugared rings. All through the day there's been flesh on display, bums, guns and guts reddening in flip-flopped afternoons, overripe for the tasting, burnt silly with the freedom of mini-break madness. But oh, those brief nights are best, with skunk-humming preloaded party animals stagger swaggering in slurred strobes, pop-eyed, blind and limp by the wind. And away in the west a lighthouse winks and looks away, and the wolves losing their collars tap ringed fingers on the seafront rail, lick the spittle from their cornered grins as they sniff the sweat and cologne. What big dreams you have, but it's 4 a.m. and the bass ripples to the sea. Wake the irritable world, and the wolves are rolling up their sleeves, nodding their heads to the irresistible beat. Towards the door, the music creeps up the back stairs, trailing cheap wine and cigarettes, hot under distressed leather. Its hair's mussed up and its boots are scuffed, and it speaks in an accent that could be San Francisco or Shangri-La, whispering at the keyhole like the big bad wolf himself. Drums on the jam like forbidden dancing, greased back and slide, pulse deep and insistent. But when you open the door, there's nothing there but the last of the big city night, with all its tired silence. And you listen for rhythms in the distant traffic, in the push and pull of elevators and underground trains, but there's only hushed voices turning you back to sleep. So you close the door like a prayer that, when you turn, there's the music, sprawled and grinning on the beat-up sofa, tap, 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 tapping a body-warm bottle, and it raises to its red lips. Because when all's said and done, the big bad wolf's not so big or bad, so I invite him round every once in a while. We've little in common, but long years of huffing and puffing, and it's best to avoid politics or religion with wolves. So we keep conversation insubstantial, how my job's going, what's new in the dark wood, and how there's a trend towards personal redemption and wider morality in current TV comedy shows. I reckon the latter's a good thing, but the big bad wolf feigns ambivalence, adhering to his culturally prescribed role. He never stays late, getting twitchy when the light fades and the howling starts, gathering darkness into a concert of freedom and need. So when he takes his leave, his paws are hot and wet in my cold hand, and even as we exchange commonplaces on the threshold, I can see his eyes are elsewhere, unpicking the hunger we share but never mention in the spiced heart of my gingerbread house. So here we are, still braced for touchdown, still spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, still blinking in the beauty of astronomical distances. Gaseous clouds become nothing but light and distance, crab head in the night sky, horse head in the night sky, cliffs fall away into the sea, and the lighthouse performs its dervish dance, curling back over the horizon. The speed of erosion is relative. Light and distance, bright points delineating neither archer nor goat, and out on the waves, a shadow of a boat, arbitrary intersections, perception, belief, preparing a meditation of lighthouses. Blink. We are entering the realm of science fiction. Blink. Light and distance. Light and distance. Light. Distance. Over.